All right, welcome. Today, we're going to talk about something you probably never think about, but it's literally what holds our world together, especially when it comes to massive ships. We're talking about fasteners, the unseen heroes of marine engineering. Let's dive in. Seriously, have you ever just stopped and looked at a giant container ship or a massive piece of equipment and thought, how in the world does all that stay together? You've got thousands of tons of steel, all this complex machinery. The secret? It's all about these tiny but super critical little devices. So what exactly is a fastener? Well, it's super simple. It's just any device that joins two or more things together. That's it. But think about it. From the tiny screws inside an engine to the huge bolts on a ship's hull, they are everywhere. And that's why they're perfect to call the unseen heroes, right? They do all the work with none of the glory. Okay, so to get a real handle on this, you need to know that pretty much every fastener in the world falls into one of two main groups. And understanding this basic split, well, it's the foundation for everything else. And here it is, the big divide. You've got your threaded fasteners on one side, the ones with those spiral grooves, the threads. They're designed to be put on and taken off. Then on the other side, you have the non-threaded ones, no grooves. And these guys can be either permanent or temporary. It all comes down to one simple thing. Does it have a thread or not? That's what changes everything. All right, let's kick things off with the threaded guys. I mean, the name kind of gives it away, right? Their whole reason for being is that thread, which means they're built for jobs where you might need to take things apart and put them back together again. And come on, you know these like the back of your hand. We're talking about your everyday bolts, nuts, screws, studs, the stuff you see in any hardware store. These are the workhorses, the most common fasteners you'll find in just about any machine out there. So what's the big deal? Why are they so important? One word, removability. Imagine you're an engineer on a ship and a pump breaks down. You can't just throw it away. You need to get in there, fix it, maybe replace a part. Threaded fasteners are what make that possible. You just unbolt the broken piece, do your thing, and bolt it right back on. It's all about maintenance. Okay, let's switch gears and talk about the other side of the coin, non-threaded fasteners. Now, this is where it gets interesting because this one category actually splits into two totally different worlds. One is built for pure, permanent, unbreakable strength, and the other is all about quick, easy convenience. So, first up, the permanent ones. And I mean permanent. These things are designed to create a bond that is never, ever supposed to be taken apart. If you try, you're probably going to wreck the fastener or even the things it's holding together. Once it's in, it is not coming out. What are we talking about here? Well, think of the really heavy-duty stuff, like welding, where you're literally melting metal together so it becomes one single piece. Or riveting, where you're hammering in metal pins to lock steel plates together forever. Even bonding, with these insane, super powerful glues that create a bond that's stronger than the material itself. So why on earth would you use something you can't take apart? Well, you use it where strength is everything, and disassembly is just not on the menu. The perfect example? A ship's hull. Those steel plates have to withstand incredible forces from the ocean, day in and day out. You want them joined together with a bond that will never fail. And now for the total opposite end of the spectrum, temporary non-threaded fasteners. These are all about being quick and easy. They're made for situations where you need to open and close something over and over again, and nobody's worried about structural strength. And you'll know these right away. We're talking Velcro, zippers, buttons. Yep, we use them every single day and probably don't even think of them as fasteners, but that's exactly what they are. On a ship, you'd find these holding on insulation blankets that engineers need to pull off for inspections, or on covers for sensitive equipment, even on the crew's uniforms. In all those cases, you don't need brute strength. You just need to get in and out quickly. Okay, so let's recap. We've got our three main camps of fasteners. Now let's bring it all home and talk about why knowing the difference is so incredibly important for an engineer. This really breaks it down perfectly, right? You've got your threaded type for things you need to take apart for maintenance, think bolts and nuts. Then you've got your permanent non-threaded for when things can never come apart, like welding. And finally, the temporary non-threaded for easy on and off stuff, like a zipper. When you look at it like this, it's actually pretty simple. And that is the whole point. This is why it all matters. Picking the right fastener for the right job isn't just some small detail. It is a core responsibility for an engineer. If you get it wrong, you could mess with the safety, the strength, the reliability of the entire machine. We're talking about a decision with really serious consequences.
So I want to leave you with a little challenge. Next time you're out and about and you see any machine, or a bridge, or even just a piece of furniture, stop and ask yourself, what's holding that together? And why did they choose that type of fastener? Really thinking about that why is going to open up a whole new way of seeing the world around you. Thanks for tuning in.